After a boat carrying migrants heading for Britain sank in the English Channel last week, 4 people have been detained. 6 of those on board died. In the last 7 days alone, more than 2,000 people have tried to cross the Channel in small boats. Our correspondent Tom Symonds has the very latest from Calais.
On wasteland close to Dunkirk, the world's migrants continue to live in limbo. There's food, water, phone charges, even lessons for the kids, provided by aid agencies. But these tracks lead to the coast, to the small boats, to Britain. Karim, who asked not to be identified, paid people smugglers €2,000 for a place on the boat, which then sank.
He said they promised him they're going to send him to UK in a good boat.
In a good boat? Did they say what a good boat was?
Big boat, 10 metres, 15 metres, but in the end it was 3 metres or 4 metres.
And how many people were on that boat?
They put 70 people on the boat, but there was no space, and they left 10 people behind.
Karim was one of them. 2 friends stayed on board. He thinks they're dead. But 22-year-old Idris survived.
There were far too many passengers. The waves were very strong and the boat split up. Some people fell into the water and drowned. I never believed I would survive. I was fast losing the strength to swim, but I kept trying very hard to keep afloat.
But when it comes to getting to Britain, nothing has changed. Will you try tonight?
Last night I tried, and my boat was cut by the police. And tonight, I don't know.
In the UK, some ask, is enough being done in France to stop the boats? We went to several beaches discreetly at night, hoping to see migrants leaving. Each time, we were immediately spotted by the police using night vision gear. Britain helps fund the officers and the equipment. Teams in camouflage watched us from the shadows. A spotter plane flew overhead, and on the ground they searched for the hiding places used by the traffickers. But the coast is more than 70 miles long, and the traffickers have become experts at moving people. There are plenty of signs of how this works. The people smugglers hide their clients here in the dunes at night, trying to evade the police who are watching out for them. And they keep their boats here. Here's one, an inflatable boat, and they try and rush to the beach at just the right moment. The police, well, they try and slash the boats so they can't be used. The police are not a deterrent to migrants like Jala and her family. She says they're fleeing gun attacks in Iraq. They have tiny children, but they're repeatedly trying to get on a boat. You know that a boat sank last week.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think about that?
This is fate.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, it's not dangerous for us. We come across so many difficulty in my country. This is better than shooting us, you know? Shooting my kids in front of my house.
That raw drive is why stopping the boats is perhaps the government's most daunting challenge. And Clive, what's the government doing to achieve that aim? Well, it's made using small boats to cross the Channel illegal. It said people who do that, having passed through a safe country, well, their claim can be rejected. And also, it could be considered outside Britain in a third country, the government's preferred option being Rwanda, though, of course, the courts are currently stopping that from happening. It does add up to a tough policy. And the trend in small boat crossings has come down a bit by about 20%. That may be because the government's done a deal with Albania, which means there are fewer Albanians coming via that route. But the government's a long way from meeting its target of stopping the boats, and its critics say that stopping the boats is only possible if you give the people in the boats an official, a safe and a legal route to come to Britain and claim asylum.